Welcome to Fragmental.
An amusing take on random topics. So,
So,
2 weeks in a row.
yeah, we're back. It feels good, man.
Meow, meow, meow.
Welcome to Fragmental. Meow 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 meow. Yeah, we'll go back to like all the. This will be like the 8th time we've referenced this, but like all the old school like 80s and 90s sound effects.
Yeah. I've been binge watching Parks and Recreation, and the local Pawnee radio station's got the douche in somebody. And they're doing all of those fucking sound effects, like every one. And it's like, and they did something. Somebody said something, and Leslie Nope said something, and the dude had like a sound effect for it, like right after that. And he's like, and she just turns around and she goes, "Damn, you're fast." Like the guy just created it in the like whatever the sound effect was. Anyway,
I like it.
but we'll work those in.
Yeah, we got to start. We got to start with all the. I mean, the funniest is Weenie in the butt, and then they go on for like a minute and a half. 96.3 W.
Yeah.
Meh, meh, meh.
Oh god, I remember those growing up. Those radios, those rock radio stations.
Oh well, and everybody,
95X.
yeah,
W.
everybody was the wacky FM DJ then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the ads to like so and so in the afternoon, the 95X, the Central New York's hard rock station, and it would go on like those types of things would go on for like minutes, like of just back to back to back to back, and you're like, you guys gonna play some fucking music, or do I have to listen to the 95X ad fucking over and over and over again?
95.5, 99.5.
Exactly. There's like nobody at
WRKZ.
this listening to this radio station that knows what 95X is.
No.
That was like the premiere. I don't even know if it's still a fucking rock station in Syracuse.
Yeah, if you look now, I believe it's
that
Blues.
was like,
I have no.
Is it really?
I have no idea.
Oh, fucking A. God damn you. I was fucking pissed.
But you know what? They probably are. What was that? The movie Airheads when they did that? Do you remember that movie?
Yeah. That was Brendan Fraser.
Yeah,
right?
Brendan Fraser, and they were like, it was like the hair metal station, and it was going to turn into jazz. Those guys were. That was the whole reason.
No.
They were so pissed about it.
Buscemi was in that too, wasn't
Steve Buscemi, Adam Sandler. Yeah.
Brendan Fraser. Whatever happened to Brendan Fraser?
Got fat.
And well, he became a meme and he got jumped out. Yeah.
Yeah, cause my wife is a big fan of the movies, or the Mummies movies, and big Brendan Fraser fan, which I was okay with because he did the movie School Ties where he was Jewish and the whole town hated him for it. So I mean, I was like, hey, it's cool. I don't know if he's Jewish in real life, but he played a Jew on films. He's all right in my book.
It's good enough for me. Any Jew is good enough.
I'm sure he's circumcised after watching that movie. So
he had to get circumcised to do the movie.
Yeah, they were like, you can't be a Jew. You're not circumcised. I thought Jews weren't circumcised. They invented it, you asshole.
That's what I said to you last Friday. Because you didn't we were afraid you were going to hit the ball not past the ladies' team, and we got to whip out your uncircumcised dick, and you looked at me like, we invented it. Of course it's circumcised.
Right. Make no mistake, I was not defending the fact that I was going to hit it 35 yards. It was more about, no, my dick is so circumcised.
Exactly. It's not how far you're going to hit the ball. You were very confident that your dick was circumcised. So if you did have to whip it out, it would have been circumcised.
Right. Yeah, I was too
we got to continue this. We got your shit story from last week, and now we got your fucking circumcised dick in this week.
So let's talk about my bris. I was 7 days on.
I shit all over myself when they cut it off.
A friend of mine, when he learned about it, he called it a brisk. So he was like, "Are you gonna invite anybody to your brisk?" I was like, "What?" I was like, dude, I was 7 days old. Like, he's like, oh, I thought that's what a bar mitzvah was. I was like, no, like,
yeah, everybody stand.
We invite everybody over to watch my wiener get chopped. No.
That's where brisket comes from because they cook the foreskin
That's
afterwards. That's a
yeah, that's
brisket.
what it is. It's shockingly yeah. So shocker to all those that did know, but most of our foreskins are 12 and 13 pounds. So it's
At 7 days old.
yeah, we are all foreskin. But only Jews
Oh
though.
god, I just ruined dinner for I don't know how many fucking people. Nobody's gonna eat brisket ever again.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, well, hey, we're clean. That's what it is. It's a measure of cleanliness.
That's
So
yes. Well, some call it mutilation. So
I heard that, and I was like, you know what?
mhm.
Have you ever fucked a guy that was uncircumcised? And they're like, that's not the point.
Rolling that foreskin back to get all that dick cheese out of
Hey,
the way.
you got to do what you got to do. I mean, you could store stuff in there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Coins, your
I've got
wallet,
M&Ms in there for later. I
iPhone.
mean,
You add M&Ms for pleasure.
I enjoy blowing.
It's like
I
ribbed.
enjoy blowing him because there's always a surprise in there. You never know what I'm going to get.
He puts peppermint lifesavers in there, so it's like it's minty.
He's really found this mixture. I don't quite know what it is. I'm trying to figure it out. Lucky him, he's getting blown thrice a day for it.
I keep going down on him just to figure out what the taste is.
It's delightful. And he's like, it sure is.
It burns like a motherfucker, but hey, what can I say?
Hey, you know what? I'd rather deal with the burn, but still get head. I'm good with it. It's all good.
Yeah, exactly. She gets 2 surprises.
Oh, we'll save that for another episode, but I have a good joke for that.
Okay.
So yeah, man, 2 weeks in a row, which is awesome. The world
Yep.
I shit all over the concept, but see? but,
there you go.
But the world's actually opening up a little bit now. Now that I guess it depends on where you are. Some states have like 60 and 70% vaccinated. I think Ohio's in the 40s, I believe. But you got people being vaccinated.
we're higher than that.
I don't know. I just know when they started loosening things up, I remember hearing the stat like, well, now that we're 39% vaccinated, and I'm like, it's not great. Like if that's the metric you want to use, like I have no problem. You're right. You can use analytics for whatever you want, but 39% is usually not a good enough metric to do something, right? Like, well, now that 39% of the people are covered, we're just going to let everybody get out and fuck each other. That, I mean, people will be happier.
So,
but yeah,
I pulled it up. This is fucking Google. I pulled it up, and Ohio's listed. It's like 10.5 million doses given, 5.1 million fully vaccinated, percent of population fully vaccinated, and it gives me an error. There's no fucking number. Like, how do you? You have all the and then the next one down is California, and that's actually it gives a number of 48.4%. So
wow,
I don't know what. Well, there's 5 million people fully vaccinated. I don't know how many people are partially vaccinated though.
Yeah. I'm for the
Good
moment.
numbers,
I'm
guys.
still for the moment. I'm still partially. I get Saturdays where I get my second one.
Oh, good for you, man.
Yeah.
Plus, you have the antibodies. You're like triple.
Oh
covered.
yeah. Like yeah. It's like I've got amoxicillin and shit in me. Is basically, you know what I mean? Like I'm fucking real. I don't know.
You need Dapto though.
That's
some Dapto
yeah.
medicine.
That's when you know. Like that's a real deal. Especially if there are like 12 of them for me to pick from. That'll really. Nobody gets where we're going with that. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry, you guys. It's fine.
Yeah, I know. That's more of an inside joke. We're laughing hysterically. You guys are like, I don't fucking know what you guys are talking about.
What even is that? And you're better off not knowing, so you're good. But yeah,
it's a myosin, so it's an antibiotic.
Yeah, so at least it's an antibiotic. Which, yeah, that's what I between the antibodies and now after I'm fully vaccinated, I believe. I'll have to test this theory, but I do believe my loads will now, if you swallow one of my loads, that you are possibly vaccinated. Since I've got the antibodies and the vaccine, I believe that to be the case. So, I'll have to test that theory and let you know how it goes.
You have COVID labeled sperm coming out of you.
Yeah, I mean it's clearly,
I'm sure your wife will be overly vaccinated.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to try for because certainly nothing else is working at the moment. So I'm definitely going to have to. Yeah,
that's funny. Honey, I'm gonna make you more vaccinated than you are right now.
I can ensure you don't get the Rona.
You may get herpes, but you won't get Rona.
Yeah, joke's on you. It's burned ever since I I can't even go to the bathroom now. But hey, you're not going to get the Rona. I think we're all happy. At least I am.
That's the most important thing, honey.
So yeah, you got the world opening back up a little bit, and then just in time to open things back up, you've got fucking cicadas everywhere in the Midwest, Mideast. Yeah, probably not in the Middle East, but in the Midwest,
No,
yeah, you got
Midwest.
freaking cicadas everywhere now. I know Dublin allegedly has them really bad. You got them? Like, are they bad by you?
W- we had them. Actually, I went this afternoon. I went for a walk, and this morning I went for a walk. Was it afternoon? Doesn't matter. I was outside. This is the point. And they're not screeching anymore. So they're on their. I think it's only like 2 or 3 weeks that they're like active. I mean, I was running into one or two when on my kind of my walk, but when it was fully going on, I was cracking up because they were around me and you could hear them. You could hear them like with the TV on. It was fucking crazy. My one dog was like hunting them down. He'd walk through the grass back and forth, back and forth, back and forth until they flew out of the grass, and then he'd try to eat them. He would eat the ones that weren't moving. My wife took him for a walk, and she spent 30 minutes yelling at him to spit that out. That's all she kept saying was spit that out, spit that out, spit that out, because he's eating these fucking cicadas. And the fucking asshole ate like half his weight, or at least his weight in cicadas. Because I'd pick up his dog poop before I mow the lawn, and they're like his. My wife got grossed out by this, but you go to pick up his poop and throw it in the bag, and there's like cicada legs and arms and wings, like and like sticking out of his poop. You know what I mean? From all the fucking
That's awesome.
cicadas he's been eating. I said, good thing. I mean, good thing they're like it's 100% protein. I mean, it's just. I mean, there was a thing about people like cooking them like shrimp or something. Like
Seriously? I mean,
like
because
eating
some of them are
yeah,
huge.
seriously. Yeah, I
Wow.
mean they're about 2-3 inches long. But it's all. I mean, it didn't bother him. He's healthy he's probably all jacked up now with all the protein. He's
you're,
eating.
like,
It's like
you're like, not only has he not gotten fat, he's added 5 pounds of muscle. It's incredible.
muscle. Exactly.
like, he,
He's fucking
like he
ripped
was over
now.
right. Milo was bench pressing Nero the other day. It was pretty incredible.
Yeah. I was backing the car out and he grabbed the bumper. I couldn't go anywhere.
He's like, floor it, bitch. Meh.
Yeah. I'll show you what these cicadas do, motherfucker. No, he was out there. It was funny. I was just mowing the lawn. He's running around and they fly out and you see him running across the yard. Shit. And then you look out back and he's just like chomping away on shit. And I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I think most of the cicadas in my yard went into the trash with encased in my dog's in dog shit. So, but it's quiet. I mean, it's quiet now, but those fuckers are huge.
And what's crazy is it's not like you even have like a forest behind you or anything. Like, you don't have trees everywhere. Your neighborhood's not that old.
No, it's not that old, but my wife said that they look when they come out, they look for a new place to nest. So that's why they're coming into neighborhoods that don't historically have had those cicadas. So that's what she told me. I don't know if it's fucking true or not, but I'm not listening half the time anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, they're. I mean, we have some bigger, mature trees. I mean, but we also have areas where when they were doing the development, they didn't touch. So there's
Yeah.
maybe cicadas in there that so anyway,
You can
I
hear
was
them a little bit when
mowing
we were.
and
Yeah. Good.
go. What are you saying? You hear them a little bit?
I just say you could hear them a little bit like when we were golfing, even on Friday. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
awful, but you could hear their whatever hiss, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't know.
Well, the screaming for a mate. Sounds like me at a bar. Back in the day.
Morning bastards.
Hey. But yeah, I was mowing and I walked under one of the trees and I bumped into it with the mower or whatever, and like 30 fucking cicada fell on my head, and I thought one went down my shirt. I mean, it's not that they're gonna bite me or anything, but it's just like all these fucking bugs dropping on you kind of freaks you out.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah,
So,
nobody really welcomes that.
yeah, It's yeah, it's not a welcome thing, but yeah, it's fucking crazy. And now it's silent, and there's fucking dead cicadas all over the goddamn place. So that's gonna take months to clean up after heavy rainstorms and shit.
Well,
So
that'll teach him for a solid 16, 17 years.
17 years, they'll be back in 17 years. I don't even know if I'll be here in 17 years. Um, what was I gonna say? Oh, I mean, the birds have had to have a fucking field day with these things. You know what I mean? Eating
Yeah.
insects. Shit, they're gonna put on like 40 pounds.
You're gonna see a blue jay and you're gonna be like, man, the hell is that thing? Like, it's not flying anymore.
Why?
Yeah, like
It's why it's walking across your yard. Like, why don't you fly? He's like, I fucking can't. My
that lazy
wings.
bastard
The
just built a nest right in the middle of the grass. Like no attempt to be in a tree, just right there in the grass.
It's like, fuck this. I can't get my fat ass off the ground.
But I mean, I heard those things. If they were by your ear, they would bust an eardrum. They're that loud. Yeah,
Really?
like I forget the decibel level or whatever, but yeah, like man, those things are assholes, man. Like I
Well,
read an article that somebody like one flew into a guy's car, hit him in the face, and he got in a car accident. Like completely threw him off his game, and he crashed into like a
Really?
light pole. Yeah,
Yeah. Was he hammered and he just used
he
the
could have been
cicada
full
as
of shit,
excuse?
but you know what? I mean, I read it on the internet, so it had to be true.
Exactly, because that's the bastion of truth is the internet.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't get my truth from TMZ or The Onion, I don't know where else I can.
The fucking Onion. I saw something today in the Onion, and I can't remember what it was. I was literally cracking
Oh,
up.
they still
The
like
Onion is
what I love about it is they're like now because it's online, everything's online. They're just like volume jokes.
Mm.
So I mean, some of them they whiff
Yeah.
on, but like there's a guarantee a half hour later there's another one coming. So they're just I dig it. And they're still hilarious. I dig the satire.
Oh, I forgot. I send you memes of that every now and
Oh
again
hell yeah,
from the
I get some
Onion.
good ones. So yeah, man, things are opening
Um,
up. So I mean,
Well, it's kind of
fucking
funny. So
cicadas.
things open up. We get the vaccine, and we get the vaccine and open up into the fucking
Yeah.
cicadas.
So when I think when I was younger and first started reading, I thought they were called cicadas. So I'm like, what are like I think it was I guess 17 years ago or whatever, and I was like, man, what are all with all these fucking cicadas? What the hell is this? And they're like, cicadas? What is that? Is that like a band? Like what are the cicadas? And I'm like, right, yeah,
It's
that I was wrong. So
the Mexican Foo
that's
Fighters.
yeah, they're like, yeah, what is that? Like, I mean, that sounds like a decent name, but what? Yeah, I've never heard these guys.
There's no H in cicada.
Yeah, but just the C can give you the ch sound, or in Hebrew we call it the.
Wow, you really are a Jew. I mean, that's to go that deep on CI, whatever, however you spell cicada. CIC?
Well, it's the ch.
I don't know.
Ch doesn't exist in Hebrew. That's the. So no, it's not the.
Yeah, I get it,
It's
but
not the.
there's no H in
cicadas. No, there's
cicada.
not. But the C does make the ch sound sometimes.
So that's I'm confused. How you got ch out of
You know
CI?
what? It was 17 years ago. I can't fully explain my psyche at that time, but I called it cicadas. I was wrong. It was embarrassing, and let's move on. Thanks. Meanwhile, a week
Cicadas.
ago, I was
Welcome to the stage. Opening for the Foo Fighters. Cicadas.
it's just the most annoying hiss for goddamn 50 minutes. Yeah, they're horny bastards, though. They're
Yeah,
at least
that's
going to
awesome.
get some on stage. But yeah, so
CICADAS. That's how you spell
yeah,
cicada.
I was wrong. It's not cicadas, it's cicadas. So,
Oh my god.
so yeah, so you got now that the cicadas are dying off, so the bar scene's going to open back up in Dublin, right? They built a bunch there now, so
Yeah.
people are going to go there. What do you think? Yeah, so what's that like now? Like, is it going to go right back to normal, or is there going to be a little bit of weirdness? Like, I don't know. What's that going to be like?
I went the other day, a couple weeks ago. My buddy was in town from California, and he gave me shit because I was playing golf. Which is funny because a month earlier I flew out to California to see him, and he's been giving me shit that I wouldn't see him. He's like, "Oh, you don't have time to wait for me?" I'm like, "I just fucking saw you like 3 weeks ago." You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I haven't seen you in a year and a half or whatever since this whole fucking thing started. I flew out to fucking California, mask and all, when everything was pre-masked to see you, and you're giving me shit about that you're messing with my golf league.
Yeah, you
Like,
didn't make
it's
time
once a
for it.
week.
What the fuck? What? Yeah.
Exactly. Anyway, we ended up at Yogi's, and actually they started those fuckers started like 3 o'clock in the afternoon at Urban Meyer's Pint Room down in
Hey, there
Bridge
you
Park,
go.
and I guess it was packed. And when I got the Yogis, it was like 8:30 ish, yeah, somewhere in there. And it was full. It seemed like normal, like like COVID had never happened. So, um,
Wow.
but it was a Thursday night, so it was a different
Well,
crowd.
Thirsty
But,
Thursday.
um, yeah, not a lot of chicks there. A lot of dudes though.
I'm not surprised by that.
I'm not surprised by that either.
Like sausage is ready to
But
come out of the casing. I mean, that's plain and simple. Every dude who's been beaten off and only beating off for the last year and a half, whatever, yeah, they're ready to unveil.
speaking of bris,
Yeah.
speaking of bris,
So I get that, but yeah, so it's probably a lot of sausage right now. So it's got to be a lot of competition. I mean, the women can be pretty selective at this point, right?
oh, they got. I mean, I don't. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see any at this place. That's the
So
problem.
it was
Other than
all
the waitress and the
sausage.
bartender. Oh, it was. Yeah, it was probably 98% sausage. So, unless they were out on the patio, which was weird because it was muggier than the motherfucker outside. So I wouldn't have sat outside anyway. But, um, I don't know. I mean, now that we don't have the mask rule, we're unknownly vaccinated, according to the Google website, from a state perspective. Um, I don't know what the other bars are like. I mean, I'm sure that's going to come around. I would think it would start coming around, you know, and then people are definitely out. It does feel relatively normal now without the mask on, but, um,
No, I mean it's
uh,
yeah. I mean, especially yeah. I mean, I know people were dying to get back to some sense of normalcy, so they can get out now. It's summertime. There should be cleavage in abundance. Both breast and ball. Just saying. We talked about this last year, I believe. So, cleavage for everyone.
yeah, 100% cleavage, no matter what you're into. So,
But yeah, man, that'll be so. It's interesting with all that sausage. Like, I mean, at this point, are dudes just like they're going for volume? So like they're hitting on dudes, women, anything. Like it's just like you know what? The odds aren't in my favor. I'm going home with somebody. I need a slump buster. Steve, what are you doing tonight? No, all right,
maybe. I don't I will neither confirm nor deny that
okay. Well, yeah,
potential.
I mean, I haven't been in that game for a
Um,
while, so
yeah, we're both married. I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
it's. I would imagine that people watching's got to be great though now post COVID. It always is, but I mean now because people don't know how to fucking act. Like traffic is
yeah,
awful.
I mean,
Like there are fewer people driving, but traffic is awful because people forgot how to drive during COVID. So I would imagine people forgot how to
I don't
drink
understand that.
publicly.
Yeah, publicly. They forgot how to make drinks because what I ordered wasn't really what I was looking for, but I drank it anyway. But,
Still got the job done.
I think I hopefully
I
what's
mean, I
that?
presume it still got the job done, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I wasn't getting hammered, but again, thankfully, Yogi's is like at 3/4 of a mile from my house, or
Yeah,
less
so you
than
could
that.
stumble.
So yeah, absolutely. I've done it. I've walked home before. It's surprisingly farther than I would have liked it to been. So
It's funny how much further it is when you're hammered.
exactly. This seems shorter in the car. But you know what? I think Flanagan's is back open for so volleyball's going on. I've seen there's that basically the what's the wife swapping bar up here, the Lazy Chameleon up in Powell.
That I had no idea that was a swingers bar.
Well, I don't know if it is or not. I've been there, not because it's a swingers bar. My buddy's band plays in the and plays there. So, but you go and you can see it. It's actually hysterical. I got yelled at. This is awesome. This is so non-COVID. This is definitely part pre-COVID. So we're there, we're watching the band. The only time I've ever gone there is to watch my buddy's band play, or my buddy's band play. And this woman, and I'm like looking around the room, and you see somebody and you smile at them or whatever, they're staring at you. And the woman came up to me and yelled at me because I was married and I was giving the wrong signal. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Look, my friend over there thinks you're single. And I'm like, well, I'm not. Well, then, she thinks you're interested. And I'm like, how the fuck am I interested? I didn't go up. I didn't talk to her. I didn't do anything. I'm looking around the room and I see her staring at me. So I'm like, hey, hey, nice. You know what I mean? I'm being fucking friendly.
Right.
And
I'm
now I'm
being
the
a
fucking
nice
asshole.
person. Yeah.
So, yeah. So that's the chameleon.
Well, when you were playing
but,
ring
they
toss
have a-
with your dick, I guess that could, lead people, to think other things. But
when I was giving her like the tongue through the like through the V in your fingers, I don't know how she misconstrued
right,
that.
I have no idea how she could have thought me sticking my finger in this hole repeatedly meant that I wanted to have sex. That's so weird.
Uh, I don't know how she misunderstood me me giving the international signal with my fingers. Ugh, that fucked up that joke.
Ah, that's right. It looks like you were at the Winking Chameleon or whatever it was called. Well, wait a minute. The place is called
Lazy.
the Lazy Chameleon. I was gonna say if it's called the Winking Chameleon,
Yeah.
I get why they felt that way.
No, that it's funny to watch people there. I've seen a couple of people from work there, hammered, absolutely hammered. Um, but not like our level, like higher ups.
Oh,
And
even better.
it's been even better. And they look at you like, because they've seen you like in the hallway, but they like really really know you, and they just look at you and you smile, and you give them the wink, like, yeah, I get it, don't worry about it, I got you
Yeah,
covered.
I live by the
Um,
code. You're good.
yeah, yeah, and it's like Saturday night, and I can't. What am I gonna do? Like call HR for them? Like I saw them.
I mean, you're gonna call the HR whatever line and be like, "Oh my gosh,
Yeah, hotline.
I just saw
So and so is
he just railed a girl in the bathroom."
exactly. Sir, is it another employee? Well, no,
Does
it's
she
not. But
report to him?
you're like,
No. I think she
yeah.
was a server here, but that's like, I mean, fantastic service, by the way. But yeah,
Yeah.
I just thought you needed to know that he fire hosed all over her. I watched
Well, thank you, sir, but please never call us again.
it. Oh man. No, that is funny because when you see what's even better is when you see somebody at work that you saw drunk, but you guys don't know each other, and you just see the panic in their eye for a minute, like, "Oh, that was the dude from Saturday. What did he see?" And like in
Exactly.
reality, you didn't see anything, or you're thinking the same thing, like, "Did he see me? Like, did
Yeah.
he see me do that body shot? I hope not."
Exactly. But you're so drunk, you're like, were they there? I mean, like they look familiar.
Right? Yeah. So you're right. Then you talk yourself out of it, like, "No, it was some other fat bald
Yeah.
guy
Yeah, exactly. Come on, it had to be
with a
them.
velvety smooth voice."
But you're both wearing the same. You're both wearing the same commemorative T-shirt from that night. You're like, wait a minute.
Was he at Steve's retirement party? I couldn't tell you. It's funny.
That's funny.
So yeah, you got things open.
It's fucking you get 1,000-degree wing night at Lucky Charlie's with the date on the back.
Right. It's oddly specific, but
Yeah, it's literally detailed to the like Wednesday, March 5th.
8 to 9.
8 to 9. The T-shirt is the invitation.
Right, the mahogany bar, the third one in the back. You're like, man, that has 12 bar stools. You're like, man, that was
Exactly.
it's really weird how specific
shit.
that shirt was.
And we're both wearing it. Only 10 people will be
Couldn't
invited.
have been him. Could not have been him.
It can't be. No, it's not. It's no way. It's him. He borrowed that from somebody
Must have been his wife.
or her. Let's be equal here. Him or
That's
her.
what I was going to say. It must have been his wife because she was the fun one there.
Exactly. Yeah.
um,
So I don't know. I'm excited. I mean, it's June now. I don't know how's 4th of July gonna go. You think?
so in Columbus, didn't they delayed Red, White, and Boom, right? Like the big one, I
I
don't
have
think's
no
going
idea.
on in Columbus. I think that like Dublin's probably still doing their thing. Pickerington is
Yeah.
like I don't know how much it's going to be, but um, yeah. So I mean, it will be nice to get back to some of that. We went to a couple weekends ago. We went to the drive-in movie. So that was kind of fun, which although the drive-in was doing it during COVID though. Like the only difference was we didn't have to
Yeah. I
social
mean,
distance now. But
but you're in your fucking car. You're social distancing just in
no,
general.
we
You're
sat out
so
in chairs in front of the cars.
well. That's not a drive-in. That's just sitting in your fucking lawn watching a movie. I mean, drive-in's like when you're in your car watching a
Yeah,
movie.
but I got too many kids
That's a
now. So I mean, I
drive-in.
can't go and, put my hand under the blanket. I mean, I can't do any of that now with that many kids. I mean, that's wait, there was other
If you
reasons?
did, you'd have more.
Right. Dad, what are you doing?
No, I've gone to the drive-in. Like
Yeah.
you've seen my car. I've gone to the drive-in. You pop the hatch on the back, and you
Yeah.
sit in the back of the car, and you kind of lean back, and you make it like a lot like a
Yeah, we
loungy.
kind of do.
You don't fucking pull out lawn
Well, for
chairs.
us, well, they're not lawn chairs. I mean, they're umbrella chairs, Dave. We've evolved. Um,
What the fuck is an umbrella chair? Does it like? Can you use it as an umbrella?
no, they're just the ones that are like in the little bag. You just pop it right out and unfold it real quick.
Oh, those are called umbrella
Yeah,
chairs.
I think they are. I don't know. I mean, I don't know the
Are they cicadas? Are they
yeah, it's the Chicada. It's the
chumbrellas?
Chicada of chairs, as a matter of fact.
Yeah,
Um,
they're
yeah,
chumbrellas chairs.
they work. They hold my fat ass. That's a good thing.
All right.
You don't have to worry about webbing ripping through. Like the old school lawn chairs, metal on metal. You don't have
Oh
that
my
grind.
god.
When you're
Yeah,
unfolding it,
that shitty
yeah, the
aluminum that would
the,
you get it wet and it folds
yeah,
apart.
you get the screech when you're undoing it. We don't have any of that. We've evolved. We've moved forward, Dave.
Okay.
But it was nice because we weren't just sitting in our cars like talking to people. It was just like, hey, we're out. We're drinking whatever, but it's in a red Solo cup, so people think it's water. But yeah. So it's kind of nice. So it is nice to get back to some kind of normalcy, and I'm just waiting to be invited to my first happy hour. Fuck you guys.
That would be fun. What do you mean?
Nobody's invited me yet. I have a complex.
To what
I think they
happy
heard
hour?
me shit. They heard that I shit myself during COVID. Now everybody's embarrassed to have me around. That's bullshit, man.
Are you kidding me? Next happy, I'm going to make sure you're there just to explain how you shit yourself during COVID.
You know what? Lucky for you, I have no shame, and I welcome
Yes.
the story because it's going to get a good laugh, and nobody laughs at me harder than me.
That's all you can call for. That's all you need.
So yeah, I mean, it's just nice. I mean, be able to get back to just going out, drinking, seeing other people. If you're in New York, orgies will be back on. I mean,
Yeah,
I think that's pretty
absolutely.
important, right?
Yeah. Well, somewhere I read, we were talking about this earlier, but somewhere I read, and I couldn't find it to get like the true details, but they were saying something, and it could have been it could have been an Onion headline for all I know. But the mayor of New York City, De Blasio, was telling people to get their COVID vaccine shot before the orgy started, or if they're going to go to an orgy, make sure that they're vaccinated or something along those lines. So now that the mask rules off, I guess people are just. I mean, it's dicks out. Let's go. Let's fucking go to town. So
I mean, before you're giving out injections, get your injection vaccine. Yeah, I get it.
exactly.
But I mean, so I mean, if I remember correctly from what I hear, I think a lot of the orgies were gay orgies in New York. So like, is that like it's just like straight sword fighting at this point? Like you're just like these guys are going hard. Like they've man, a bad choice of words there. But
wow, that was an awful choice of words.
But I mean, yeah,
I'm like,
I mean, they've been cooped up for 15 months. Like they're ready to unleash the beast.
I think if you're into orgies, whether they're heterosexual or not heterosexual, you're ready to unleash the beast at this point.
Yeah, I mean, when was the
And
last time you were
look,
able to fuck 4 people in an hour? I mean, that's yeah.
at least 30 years ago. So,
I mean, it just takes me back to one of my favorite '90s songs, "Come on, Ride the Train" from Quad City DJs.
Quad City DJs. I don't even know who the fuck that is.
Well, you know the song "Come on, Ride the Train." I mean, you've heard it at weddings at least.
Have I?
Yeah.
Maybe I
Yeah.
have. I don't
Come
know.
on, ride the
I'm
train
horrible with like
and
names.
ride it. It's actually an invitation,
No,
is what
break it
that
down.
was initially for.
Oh.
But yeah, it's a good jam. It's good jam. Michelle, Tamika, and Tanya want to ride
Uh,
this train, according to I forget the rapper's name, but yeah, the guy from Quad City DJs.
Quad City DJs. So he's from Iowa or Illinois, one of the two.
Oddly enough, I think he's from Miami, so I don't know where he came up with that. But that's
maybe Florida has a Quad Cities. Who the fuck
yeah,
knows?
yeah.
Florida's got a lot of shit.
I think we've learned throughout all this, Florida does whatever the fuck they want. So
exactly. Exactly. One thing is clear. Actually, it was clear before COVID, and it's been pretty clear afterwards. They just do whatever the fuck they feel
reaffirmed
like.
by COVID, Florida does whatever they want.
I was gonna say, I mean, if you're in this orgy circle, I'm pretty sure you were doing orgies during fucking COVID because it's a small. I'm assuming it's a small circle of people.
What's even more, what's even better about this is everything we say is some kind of
Yeah.
sex joke. Like if you're in a circle of jerks, let's say, this shows how mature I am. But no, that's I don't know, man. I mean, that's New York's pretty liberal state. I mean, they're pretty. So I
Oh,
think they were. It probably went virtual.
the city
Probably
especially.
went virtual. So, you probably had, somebody else saying like, "Hey, Shannon, I need you to grab John's wang." Both hands. Like an Indian burn. Indian rub is the look I'm going for. Go for that. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a virtual orgy, if you will.
I'm not sure that's possible.
By definition, no, it's not.
like,
but I mean, you look. I mean, some call that being resourceful.
Everybody else is going virtual. Why not
Yeah,
orgies?
man, you know what? We missed the boat. Like that would have been like, you know what? I really should have started a side business, for just join the Zoom orgy Saturday from 7 to 7:25.
I think OnlyFans has been doing that for well before.
I mean, yeah. So okay, like, are you telling them like? So I want you to grab his dick. Like, are you giving them directions? Like, is that how that works?
Why are you asking me like I'm the fucking
you
OnlyFans
took
genius, or is that a?
You took the conversation
or is that
there,
more of a?
so it was more of a rhetorical question. I wasn't saying like.
I was
So
gonna say,
Dave, when you were looking at Lindsay Pellis's OnlyFans, were you?
I'm sure it's only if it's a live broadcast where you're gonna have that interaction. I mean, if you're just watching taped stuff, that's not gonna happen.
Right.
From what I hear.
Right. To see what happens next in the recording, please dictate what you'd like to see now. And then they actually just have like 8 different things recorded, and they're like, rusty trombone coming up.
Cleveland. What was the wheelbarrow
No,
one?
the Alabama wheelbarrow. Yeah.
Alabama wheelbarrow. I love those names. Actually, I got that book over there. I should go look that stuff up. Actually, I got your book over there.
I added a few to it, so I didn't learn until after the fact that you weren't supposed to add your own. So, but I did. That's okay. I mean, some call it defacing. Whatever.
Is the Alabama wheelbarrow real?
Yeah.
I mean, or did you make that up?
Yeah, it's a real thing. You just. It's like, think of like you were playing the wheelbarrow, like acting out the wheelbarrow.
Why?
And, you were just.
Why is it in Alabama?
I don't now that I probably made up, but I mean, you just,
Okay.
it's got a pulley system, and to really engage it, you got to lock it in. And that's, where you're pulling them closer together, that's where you really generate the friction there. And then, you're just locking it in there, and, it's a pretty good time.
I'm not sure if I'm into sex where I need a fucking physics degree to figure out how to do it, like fulcrums and angle of attacks.
The fulcrum. You got to make sure you're balancing in the right spot. The last thing you want to
You need
do
a
is tear an
28
ACL during this. So,
you need a 28 degree with 4 foot-pounds of torque on a twisted. Wait, what?
oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I mean, you got to put the geometry class to work sometimes. And, that's a place to do it. That's why I couldn't be a teacher. Because like I could see it now, like if I was a geometry teacher, I could see the kids being like, when am I going to use this? Well, eventually, Tommy, you're going to lose your virginity. Okay. And you want to learn the best angles to enter. Okay. And, some people, in your case, you need a little help. Okay. So, um,
Who do you fucking? What's that dude from South Park? Okay, okay. I mean, you said okay like 12 times.
listen here, okay.
Okay, okay,
So when
Tommy.
you're Alabama
Uh,
wheelbarrowing, okay, you really got to lock it in. At 35 degrees, usually the way to go, okay. Oh man.
oh my god. One night, Tommy, when you're older, you're gonna be in some skank whore bar, and you're gonna run into somebody where
See what you don't really.
when you meet
You're gonna.
when you meet a truck stop whore, you're gonna need to know these things.
Sometimes you just need what we us adult folk like to call a slump buster. Okay, and it might not be what you're used to. Okay, I mean sometimes they're maybe bigger, maybe smaller. Missing teeth, whatever it is. Sometimes you just got to really get in there and you got to find the right angles. So, I mean, for example, she has 3 teeth. Okay, you got to make sure you get the right angle so it doesn't chafe. So, once again, why I would
Especially
not be.
if you're in the back of a Volkswagen, you've got limited room, so you've got to maximize the
Oh, yeah,
space.
absolutely. You need to know the surface area of the back seat without a doubt. So I mean, some people, you pull out the tape measure and you're like, okay, I'm going to figure out the area here. We might have to lean that all the way up. That's where it really works. You lean the passenger seat all the way back, driver's seat all the way up is the way to go.
How sweet is it? You're getting all hot and heavy. You're like, hang on a second, hang on a second. And you pull like an iPad out of your fucking glove box, and you've got like you're doing like math on the geometry. Hang on a second, hang on a second. I gotta figure this angle out.
Right. I got to find the
So
derivative
this,
of
yeah,
your beef
this
curtains over here.
cosine of the sin, the cosine in the sin of the back seat divided by the area.
Something about soak my toa. I don't know what that means. That's
I don't know what that means either.
no, it was a see. I went full on Jew there, and that was
Oh,
a trigonometry term. So that was yeah. We don't need to get
oh,
into that.
there you go.
But the Pythagorean
We
theorem
don't.
comes into play here. I mean, you got to find the hypotenuse, and whatever.
You're just throwing words around. I mean, well, whatever. Anyway,
If you're questioning my ability to make anything a sexual situation, I'm taking it there. So.
well, we've accomplished that tonight so far, so we're good.
But yeah, so you mentioned OnlyFans. From what you hear, so from what I hear, they're looking to move away from porn. It's a big deal, man. I mean, how many people turn to OnlyFans, from being laid off and made 8 times more money than they've ever made by showing their cans and their dongs?
Exactly. Yeah, I mean that one person or whoever it was or whatever I read, that was like 700 grand a month they
Yeah,
were
it was,
making.
and that was like a mom or a grandma or something, right?
Yeah, so it was with some weird where it was something weird. It was like crazy. It was like crazy stupid money like per month. And I think the OnlyFans guy gets like 15 or 20% of that. So that's after I think that's after that. So tack 20% more on, and that's what they totaled.
Damn.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's from what I understand, Tumblr did the same thing. This is going to show like how detailed
Yeah,
into porn
yeah.
I am.
Please lay out a 12 bullet point
Yeah,
discussion on porn websites for us, if you don't mind.
exactly. So if you guys remember Tumblr, that's first model was no. Yeah, there was a lot of porn on Tumblr for the longest time, and for those of you who don't know, Tumblr is, I think it's an image website. They have a lot of images,
I bet they do.
and yeah, well, they did. They had a ton of porn images that they backed away from for whatever reason. And I think as you get popular and you get more into the mainstream, uh, it's kind of like it's kind of shitty at the end of the day. Like porn is porn, and everybody knows what it is. But it's like that's what you use to become big. And not to say it was 100% porn. There was other things on there that weren't
Yeah. But
wasn't
that's what they're
porn.
known for. I mean,
But
let's
you've
be real.
That's what they're known for. So, but you leverage that, like just acknowledge who you are, right?
Yeah.
So, they leverage that to get big, and now that I'm sure now they're getting pressure to be like, they probably want to go public or something like that, something stupid. So they're probably like trying to back away from the porn angle to get like serious funding and shit to go public and shit like that. That's my
I mean,
guess.
I can
That's,
understand it because I think people would pay a lot of money to feel like they have access to whatever celebrity, right? I mean,
yeah.
I get that. But I mean, how many people have made a living off of OnlyFans now? Like that you're going to take that
Oh,
away
it's
from. You know what I mean? I would imagine
mhm.
there's more of that than there are, like, hey, I want to watch, whoever eat lunch, like, but people will
Yeah.
pay for that. I get it. But I mean, that's my thing. Like, you're going to take away what's become a livelihood for a lot of people. Um, yeah,
I mean, and
they got to go full,
I
they
mean,
got to
we're
go
getting
back to
serious here,
Pornhub
but
is what we're saying.
maybe. I don't know. I mean, they feel comfortable enough to share their whatever with their super personal, intimate parts of themselves to the world for money, and people are willing to pay. So maybe it goes away and they don't have it, but some of those people probably made a fucking ass ton of
Oh
money.
yeah.
But here's the thing: like if you're a not to say if you're dumb enough to be on Pornhub, if you're not smart enough financially on here, you've probably pissed most of that money away.
Yeah.
So it's not like I built a giant fucking nest egg and now I don't have to worry about anything ever again. I don't need Pornhub, I don't need OnlyFans, I don't need whatever because I'm sitting on like
Yeah.
$4 million, right? Um, but I would argue that probably some of those that Cash Me Out chick, remember that, or Catch Me Outside chick or whatever from
Oh, yeah.
Dr.
Yeah.
Phil, that needs just to be fucking physically punched in the fucking head like 82 times.
Yeah. Tell us how you feel, Dave.
Um, uh, she made like $1 million in a month or something, or a week, or some
On
crazy thing.
OnlyFans?
Because she turned like 18 and she went to
Oh,
OnlyFans,
all right.
and this sick fucking perverted world of ours just poured in dollars to her to see whatever she was showing.
Oh man.
And here's what's comical is I don't know if she took off anything. I mean, they could have just gone in as a
Yeah.
curiosity, like the fucking bearded lady at the
Yeah.
circus.
You're right.
And she still made a fucking ass ton of
Well, you're right,
money.
because I don't
And
know,
it's like,
let's just say for the sake of discussion, it's $5 for whatever. And
well, they can charge
okay.
whatever.
So, but just for the sake of
They set
discussion,
they.
if it was
Wow, I would
$5,
know way too much about this. I knew way
but
too
if it,
much.
let's say it's $5 and, again, 100,000 people just, again, just out of curiosity went in, you just made 500 grand, which is more
Mhm.
than what most people
Yeah,
make, in a 5 to 10 year period. I mean, that's,
yeah, if
yeah.
not longer.
So, I mean, that's a shitload of money. And just for curiosity.
Yeah, just to watch the fucking bearded lady
Yeah.
at the circus,
And there's,
or the
of
three-legged
those
man.
100,
Oh, sorry, that's the Tommy Lee. That's the Tommy Lee
yeah, he
exhibition.
doesn't need OnlyFans for that.
Exactly. He did it for free.
Somebody has to.
Yeah,
May as well be him and Ray J.
someone's got to lead the way. Ray J did it for free too. Um,
Yeah. I mean, I
um,
just find it interesting that, yeah, that's what they want to go away from. Like, again, don't deny who you are. Like, that's like what was I forget her name. I forget her real name. In rap, her name was Superhead, but she was that, like, it's exactly what it sounds like. But,
Swords.
she was like famous for being a groupie that gave great head and she fucked and sucked everybody. But then, like, again, I can't remember her name. I think she dated Bill Maher for a while, even. And I don't, dated's probably a pretty loose term there, but but,
That's a dating that with dating in air quotes is a pretty wide. There's a pretty wide berth there for that
but
one.
she like then she wanted to be a like an author, and then she was mad that she wasn't being taken serious, and it's like, literally, you are known for sucking dick. Like, the reason everybody bought your first book was because they wanted to hear about all the dicks you have sucked. Now they don't.
Which was and her,
Oh, it was like,
yeah, and her first book was about sucking
yeah,
dick.
and it was like it wasn't just rappers, but I mean, I think every rapper you could think
Right.
of, she had like, she had bragged about like, they were flying her on these private jets to wherever for their music video to Puerto Rico, and like all I had to do was suck off him and his 9 friends. Luckily, I'm good at it, and it was pretty quick. But you know what I mean, like, and then she was pissed, like, oh, nobody's taking me serious as an author. No shit. Like, that's the only reason they even know who you are. And again, most of them don't know your name. They know you as Superhead.
Right.
Like, you got to at least embrace it. It's who you are, right? Like, we talk about like Vanilla Ice. He went through that phase where he didn't embrace who he was, but then he did, and he's making more money now than he ever did as Vanilla Ice.
Oh God, yeah. And he's a sharp. He was a sharp. People give Vanilla Ice shit, but all of that Ice Baby money he just socked
Yeah.
away. So I
No,
mean,
he
he was
invested
rich
his money.
to start with.
And like,
Yeah.
he legitimately
So
knows construction. He's a contractor. So I mean, yeah,
yeah,
he's not. You're right, but you know what I'm saying. Like, but it got better for
yeah,
him when he like, you know what? I got to embrace what I was 10 years ago, and he did, and
yeah.
it was a
Absolutely.
great thing. So yeah, I mean, that's what. All right, OnlyFans. Let's see what you're gonna do now. Let's see what that next move is. Cutting off all those people that made you, who you are.
Well, we'll find. Well, I mean, unless they get like a bunch of celebrities on there to kind of keep it rolling, like a Kardashian or somebody like that.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
But I
I
think a
mean,
lot of celebrities will, though. I mean, we saw him get on um, the virtual concert thing, and and right, like, if somebody who's a musician for the music is going to be like, you know what, everybody just pay $5. When are you going to get to see, Foo Fighters for $5? Never. We're going to do it, and that sounds like something Dave Grohl would
right.
actually do. But then you had Kiss,
Yeah.
who was like, for $150, you could see the live stream of Kiss. And you're like, what? $150 to watch it on my laptop?
I'm not gonna say anything, but he is one of your brethren. That's all I'm saying. I'm
And
just
what the
gonna
fuck is that
just point
supposed to
that
mean?
out.
A balding guy? This is Gene Simmons from Kiss. Some of you may know me from my Hebrew name, Hyman.
Wait, Hyman didn't
Yes.
Lois on on wasn't his name Hyman
It wasn't
Lowenstein?
Lowenstein, but it was Hyman because he was like, Luke's
Oh,
Lois? And she's like, oh my God, Hyman? Peter's just excited, like,
oh, I thought it was
yeah, my
this
wife
kid.
fucked Olive Kiss.
Hyman Lowenstein. Well, maybe that's just a dream. I don't. Anyway, we for a minute there we started to sound like Walter and Stadler from the
Yeah, we did.
Muppets. The angry
Yeah, but you
guys,
know what? I mean,
young version.
we're men of the people, and you know what? We're trying to say, like, don't forget who made you what you are,
Yeah,
OnlyFans. And
right.
that's the woman across the
I
street
mean,
from me who's blasting herself right now to the 100 people watching her. So thanks for that.
is she really? Is she on OnlyFans?
Probably not. No,
Your neighbor?
I
Oh,
severely doubt
okay.
it.
Look, you got me with a fucking trailer park, so I'm just. I've never been to your neighborhood. I'm just saying. I'm assuming it's. I don't know what I'm
Certainly, if
assuming.
she was, I would not be giving away that I've seen it. Because that would be hard to explain. Like, wait a minute, so you've been watching Jennifer blast herself online? Oh yeah, she doesn't close those blinds.
I don't watch her. I don't pay for it. I just watch her through the window while she's
No,
filming
I was
it.
waiting.
That's a there's different. That's a different.
I was waiting on Grubhub, and I just happened to see it. I was curious what was on TV, and it wasn't TV I was watching.
It was the bay window across the street. Um, Anyway.
All right.
All right. I think we've pounded on OnlyFans long enough. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man. This
All
was
right.
an
Well,
episode definitely filled with a lot of innuendo.
yeah. I may just call this the innuendo video or episode.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
think it
episode.
should
Sorry.
be New York vaccine orgy.
Vaccine orgy. I've had 2 brew dogs, which is what's the alcohol content on this? 6.5.
Is it Elvis juice?
So it is
That's
Elvis
good.
juice.
Not an IPA
Yeah,
guy,
Elvis
but
juice
Elvis juice is definitely up there.
I'm not a beer guy, but I will definitely drink Elvis juice. It's grapefruit infused.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's a grapefruit infused.
So if
IPA.
Brewdog's listening, I like Brewdog Elvis juice. So CEO of Brewdog out there, and where would it be? I think it's in somewhere in England. I think they're in England.
But
headquartered in
their American headquarters are
US
U.S. headquarters in Canal,
US
Winchester, Ohio. So just saying.
Yeah, maybe that's who was calling me this morning. Remember I said somebody from Canal Winchester was calling me.
Yeah, they were probably offering you a stay at the hotel. Just you could add some shower beers. You missed out on that one, didn't you?
They want me to run their multimedia business.
We noticed you
since this podcast is doing so
we
well.
Noticed you guys have 21 listeners. How would you like
to? Well, how would you like to run all of our social media platforms?
Speaking,
you have 11 Instagram followers and 193 Twitter followers. How about coming over to Brewdog and helping us rack those numbers up?
Hey, we're on YouTube now as well.
Yeah, we are on YouTube. As of last week, we're on YouTube.
Yeah.
So we've got the major platforms covered: Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. There's a couple other ones in there as well. Podcast services.
Yeah, we got it.
I can't think what the other ones are, but yeah, we're covered either way. And we have a website. So, by the way, it's www.fragmental.co. Because I tried just typing in fragmental.co because sometimes that works and it would error out. But if you type www.fragmental.co, you get the actual website. So for those of you looking to get onto our website and leave us notes, it's www.fragmental.co. So FYI on that.
All right. Well, as always, thanks, Dave. Thanks for listening, everybody, and we'll talk soon.
Yep. All right. Thanks, Mike. Bye.